been studying martial arts since I was 13. So my father was a military police officer, and when we were based in Ottawa, Ontario, one of his fellow MPs was a karate practitioner, a Canada Goju practitioner. I would refer to him as my original sensei, my father's original sensei, Renche Stephen Picot, and he was instrumental in cultivating a love of karate in myself, my brother, my father, and we'll never forget him. With all of the learning that my father had with a variety of black belts, being military dojo, he had a lot of people coming through and sharing their experiences, their knowledge, whether it be different martial arts or different takes on sort of the same ideas. He gained a wealth of knowledge when he was posted to Winnipeg. He was confident he could. He wanted to continue to pursue karate. There was no Goju karate here. There was Shotokan and things like that, but he really wanted to keep up with his Goju training, so decided just to do the way he started at a small little community club dojo, and it grew and grew and grew. It was quite successful. My father had a way with people. If you've ever met him, for those many would say the same. He just had a way of connecting with you. You would feel like you were long life friends or from a past life, stuff like this. It's just instant connection, and that always came out of him and through his teachings. So he developed quite a large following of students. I think that he kept a record, and I think one of the last, there's been a dozen or so more than that, but he had graded up to Shodan, 175 different individuals. People that train with my father, with my sensei, are everywhere, right? It's quite a thing. So when we had the opportunity to expand it in 1999, we left his first commercial venture, which we just basically outgrew. This space became available, and we were here. We've been here, like I said, 20 years. And unfortunately, he got prostate cancer, and within 2 years of diagnosis, he passed away on October 2nd, 2016. I'd been involved in the dojo, but more in a support role. I wasn't actively training, was helping out classes here and there. But it was not a hard decision. It was a hard transition for my family to take over, for me to take up the reins and continue what he built, because there was no way it was not going to be continued in some way. Even if I wasn't able to, I would have fallen off the face of the earth with respect to karate. Some black belt would have. I took over officially that September, 1 month before his passing. And it's going pretty good for almost 4 years now. I miss him every single day. Obviously, things change. People come, people go, but you just can't replace a father, or a sensei, a mentor, a friend of that magnitude. We were previously with Canada Goju, and then Sensei, my father, had met Master Mitatsu Yagi and heard some great things about the organization, about him, his family, and his values, his beliefs, which just lined up perfectly with everything we thought martial arts should be. So we ended up joining the IMGK in 2003. And it's been wonderful. It's a great organization, great support. People all around the world, just one big happy family, and more than willing to punch you and have a drink with you and share stories, so it's just been great.
Hi, my name is Schultz. I'm the fourth Dan IMGK. I've been training since the year 2000. My first introduction to IMGK went to Brantford, Ontario, to meet Master Yagi for the first time in 2005. And we got up there on a Thursday night. The seminars were supposed to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we were staying in the days inn, and we knew Master Yagi was staying in the days inn. So it was like being in the same hotel as a celebrity. So the next morning, me and the karate go to a little coffee shop, name escapes me right now, across the parking lot. And we're sitting there, and the other karate is facing the door, and I'm facing him, and he says, "What would happen if Master Yagi walked in right now?" Sure enough, 5 minutes later, Master Yagi walks in, and he sits. He doesn't know us, we don't know him. Well, we know who he is, but we don't know him personally, and he doesn't know us at all. He sits in the booth right across the half wall from us. Reach out and touch him. And so the other karate gets on the phone and phones Sensei Kim and phones Sensei Ryan, and they both come within 10 minutes to the coffee shop. since he came, obviously had known and met Master Yagi months before. I think he had stayed over now for about a month. And we all got together and we sat around and got to know Master Yagi and Ken Trevelcock. Master Yagi asked me about myself, asked me if I had kids. Actually asked me to see pictures of my kids, which I thought, holy smokes, what a nice man. He was so gentle and such a nice guy. Really a great memory I'll never forget. Really heartfelt when we met those boys. And got to train the whole weekend with them, so it was fantastic.
Well, my name's Sensei Ryan Rolfe. I'm the chief instructor of the Sensei Deo Dojo here in Winnipeg. I first started training with Kim Sensei in 1994. Actually, my son is the one that got me involved, and then I ended up getting involved and stuff, and I got my black belt in 2000, and I started teaching basically in 2001, and I've been teaching ever since. One of the best parts is opening my own dojo. Kim Sensei always bugged me. I was in community clubs and church basements doing this, and then he kept pushing me to open my full-time dojo. So I did, and it was a little bit of a problem getting things going, but I finally got my occupancy permit, and it was on March 6th, 2006, which was great. I've been waiting for it to be able to open my dojo. You got to have your permit. And then I didn't think anything of it. And then Master Yagi and I think it was Akihito were here, and he walked by a big congratulations sign on my wall, and it said March 6th, 2006. And he said, "That's a really good date." And I'm like, okay, I didn't understand. And then Kim Sensei told me after that was his father's birthday. So it couldn't have been better if I planned it, and it wasn't planned. So it just seemed it was destiny now. So I've been there ever since. We're going on our 14th, I think it's 14 or 15 years now we've been there. So yeah, I had the luck in my life to have a lot of great teachers. Kim Sensei, of course, one of my best friends. All the Yagi family, Master Yagi, Akito, Akihiro, Ken Trevelcock, all those guys. I've been blessed to have great teachers, and I just want to, sorry guys, I just want to keep passing that on and sharing it with everybody else. And I just hope we can keep doing this. I want to keep doing it till I'm at least 107. I figure around there, 107, 108, I might retire and give it to somebody else while I go on and maybe travel the world, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, so that's sort of my little bit of background and history of what I've been doing in Meibukan Goju Karate. And I love it. It's not just something we do, it's a way of life. It's been part of my life, again, since 94. And every day I find a way how to use this to my advantage, or just to cope with everyday challenges, and try to teach that and send that on to the other students too about the teachings that we do, and to take it literally and make it part of your life. It's not just an afternoon activity. It becomes part of your life, it becomes part of you, and that's what it's good to be able to pass on to other people. And I hope I get to do that for a long, long time.
My name is Deo Namwira. I'm a 4th degree black belt in karate, Meibukan Goju Karate Do. And I joined the Meibukan family from Winnipeg here. So I was coming from Ontario in 2003 when I was trying to find a place where I could train. At that time I was green belt in Goju Ryu, but a different style. So I met Kim Sensei, and he told me when you need to train, there is a dojo in Saint Vital, which is close to where I was living. I was living in St. Norbert. So in Saint Vital, I met Sensei Ryan, who was training, a dojo of about maybe 20 students at that time. So I joined Sensei Ryan as my sensei. He trained me from green belt up to black belt, 1st degree black belt. So once I got my black belt in karate, I was a 1st degree black belt. I used to like to teach karate. I just was trying to find a place where I could give back to the community. I was very convinced that karate was good for health, for emotional health, for even social health, because I was coming to karate with my children. Then I went to meet Sensei Kim, and I told him I'm gonna open my own dojo. And he said, okay, you know what, there are some requirements, and some of those include the skill level, and you have to fill some forms, and I did all the requirements and got a dojo going in St. Norbert. I met Sensei Yagi, Metatsu Yagi. He used to come to Winnipeg to give seminars. So I had time to talk to him. I had, some moment of training with him. And then later on, Sensei Akihito came a couple of times. We met, and then Sensei Akihiro came a couple of times. We met. So I had a kind of a good relation, and they knew about my desire to open a dojo at that time, and they were very supportive with the idea. So at the time, I was working with MCC Canada, and one colleague of mine said, I have the kids who are bullied at school, so I was wondering if karate can help. And I said, yes, of course. Kids who are doing karate, usually they don't get bullied, and they also are usually good in school. So that's how I got introduced to Ben, who was a pastor here at North Kildonan Mennonite. And Ben was happy about the idea. Ben said, okay, let us discuss how we can get authorization to use the gymnasium here for our karate class. That was in 2012. So I'm very glad to say some of my students now are black belt, second degree black belt. The people I studied with at the very, very beginning. So I'm very honored and I'm very proud.